Think about the last time you received chocolate. Maybe it was Valentine's Day. Maybe it was a gift from someone special. But here is something strange. 500 years ago, chocolate was not a gift. It was money, real money. People used it to buy food, to pay taxes, even to buy slaves. So how did we go from chocolate as currency to chocolate as the ultimate symbol of love? The answer involves dancing gods, Spanish conquistadors, and one of history's darkest secrets. Let's find out. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine you are in ancient Mexico, around the year 1400. You are standing in the marketplace of Tenochtitlan, the great Aztec capital. The air smells of spices, roasting corn, and something else, something dark and bitter. That smell is cacao. The Aztecs called it the food of the gods, but they did not eat it the way we do today. They drank it. They roasted the beans, ground them into a paste, and mixed it with water, chili peppers, and cornmeal. The drink was thick, spicy, and incredibly bitter. They called it chocolatl. But here is the fascinating part. Cacao was so valuable that people used the beans as money. If you wanted to buy a turkey, you paid 10 cacao beans, a rabbit, 20 beans, a slave, 100 beans. The beans were literally currency. And because cacao was so precious, only the richest people could drink it every day. Nobles, priests, and warriors would gather in ceremonies to drink chocolatl before battles or religious festivals. They believed it gave them strength, wisdom, and courage. Now here is where the story takes a dark turn. In 1519, a Spanish conquistador named Hernán Cortés arrived in Mexico. He was searching for gold, but he found something even more valuable: cacao. When Cortés met the Aztec Emperor Montezuma, he was served chocolatl in golden cups. The emperor himself reportedly drank 50 cups a day. Cortés realized this bitter drink was more than just a beverage. It was wealth, power, and culture all mixed together. But the Spanish did not like the taste. It was too bitter, too spicy, so they experimented. They removed the chili peppers, they added sugar and vanilla. Suddenly, chocolate transformed from a bitter medicine into a sweet, delicious drink. And they kept it a secret. For nearly 100 years, Spain controlled the chocolate trade. They grew cacao on plantations in their colonies and sold the drink only to European royalty. Chocolate became the most exclusive luxury in the world. By the 1600s, chocolate had spread beyond Spain. Kings and queens across Europe fell in love with the sweet, exotic drink. The French court was obsessed with it. The English opened chocolate houses, exclusive clubs where wealthy men would gather to drink hot chocolate, smoke tobacco, and discuss politics. But here's the incredible thing. Chocolate was so expensive that a single cup could cost more than a worker's entire weekly wage. It was a symbol of status. If you could afford chocolate, you were rich. If you could not, you were nobody. The Catholic Church even debated whether drinking chocolate was a sin. Does it break a religious fast? After much argument, they decided no. Chocolate is a drink, not food. And so the aristocracy continued to indulge without guilt. But chocolate was still just a drink. Nobody had figured out how to make it solid. That would change in the next chapter of our story. And when it did, everything would transform. Everything changed in 1847. A British company called Fry's made history. They invented the first solid chocolate bar. How? By mixing cocoa powder, sugar, and cocoa butter into a paste, then molding it into a bar. For the first time, chocolate was not just a drink, it was candy. And then came the real game changer. In 1875, a Swiss chocolatier named Daniel Peter had a brilliant idea. What if we add milk? He mixed condensed milk powder with chocolate, and milk chocolate was born. It was sweeter, creamier, and absolutely delicious. Soon, companies like Cadbury in England and Hershey in America began mass-producing chocolate. Factories churned out thousands of bars a day. Chocolate went from the luxury of kings to the everyday treat of ordinary people. By 1900, you could buy a chocolate bar for just a few pennies. But this sweet success came with a bitter cost, and we need to talk about it. Here is the truth that nobody wants to talk about. For centuries, chocolate production depended on slavery. When the Spanish set up cacao plantations in Central and South America, they forced enslaved Africans and indigenous people to work in brutal conditions. The sweet treat we love was built on human suffering, and the sad reality? This exploitation never fully ended. Today, over 70% of the world's cacao is grown in West Africa, and an estimated 1.5 million children work on these farms. Many are trafficked from poor families. Many work in dangerous conditions, using machetes and carrying heavy loads. And many have never tasted chocolate in their lives. Major chocolate companies have promised to end child labor for decades. But progress has been painfully slow. When you eat a chocolate bar, there is a real chance it was made by a child who should be in school, not working in the hot sun. So what can we do? We can choose fair trade chocolate. We can support brands that pay farmers fairly and refuse child labor. We can demand change. Because chocolate should bring joy, not suffering. So why do we love chocolate so much? Is it just the taste? Or is there something deeper happening in our brains? Scientists have discovered some fascinating answers. First, chocolate contains a chemical called phenylethylamine, or PEA. This is the same compound your brain releases when you fall in love. However, scientists have found that the PEA in chocolate is mostly broken down by your digestive system before it reaches your brain. So the good feelings you get from chocolate probably come more from the taste, the sugar, and the experience itself, rather than from this single chemical. Second, dark chocolate contains compounds that may support brain health. It is rich in flavonoids, antioxidants that help improve blood flow to the brain. While chocolate does contain small amounts of mood-related chemicals like serotonin, scientists believe the mood boost you feel probably comes from the combination of sugar, fat, and the enjoyable experience of eating it. And finally, chocolate contains theobromine, a mild stimulant similar to caffeine. It gives you a gentle energy boost and makes you feel more alert. No wonder chocolate became the world's favorite comfort food. It is scientifically designed to make us happy. So let's come back to where we started. That chocolate bar in your hand, that Valentine's gift, that late-night snack. It is not just candy. It is a 500-year journey across oceans, through empires, and into your life. It started as sacred money in the hands of Aztec priests. It became the drink of Spanish kings. It powered the Industrial Revolution. It brought joy to millions. And yes, it also caused suffering. Every bar contains all of this history, the sweet and the bitter, the light and the dark. But here's the good news. We can change the story. When we choose fair trade chocolate, we vote for a better future. When we learn this history, we honor the people who made it possible. When we share chocolate with someone we love, we continue a tradition that goes back centuries. Next time you unwrap a chocolate bar, take a moment. Smell it, taste it slowly. And remember, you are tasting history. You are tasting the food of gods, the currency of empires, and the symbol of love itself. What will you do with that power? The choice is yours.